Hi YouTube, this is Lucy from KBeautyHobbit.com. It's been a while since I've made a favorites video, so I thought I'd do a quick one today about my spring favorites. The first one is a new to me brand called DM Cell, and it's their O2 Oxygen Treatment O2 Bubble Purifying Cleanser. It's a foaming cleanser, and I'm sorry my camera whitens it out, but it's a foaming cleanser, second step cleanser that actually foams up by itself. It bubbles upon application. It can even be used as a purifying mask if you leave it on for about 10 to 15 minutes. It makes this really nice, rich lather that is non-irritating. I've been using this daily for several weeks and it still feels very heavy. It looks like a small bottle, but there's actually quite a bit in there, and it only takes a little bit for the entire face and neck, partially because it bubbles up so well. It has a very faint, very pleasant aroma. It contains Centella asiatica, which is great for irritated and acne-prone skin. So I've just been really enjoying it. Next one is another new to me brand, and I hope I pronounced it correctly. It is Clem Glam AHA BHA toner. It is made with lily water and obviously AHA, BHA, and PHA. As well as adenosine and some other goodies. It is an exfoliating toner, but it's very, very gentle, and it does not sting, which is a huge thing for me. So I like toners, for example, like the by Wishtrend Mandelic Acid Prep Water, but that one does sting, and this one does not. And yet, with regular use, and I've been using it lately almost daily. At first I started out just a few times a week just to gauge the reaction, but lately I've been using it almost daily. Doesn't take much. As you can see, I'm not super into the bottle yet, but I do see improved texture, especially on my forehead, but yet no irritation, no dryness, no flaking, and it does have a very pleasant scent, again very faint. I'm not big on in-your-face fragrances and very robust smells. I like either no fragrance or just very, very, very little, but this has been wonderful. And out of all of the exfoliating toners that I've had, this one has so far been my favorite. I've had this Neogen mask for a while and finally got around to using it. I've had the yellow ones before and I've talked about them and written about them on my blog, KBeautyHobbit.com. The pink lotus ones are supposed to be lifting, and I've had a couple of them, but just now finally got around to using them, and oh my goodness, they're amazing. So just like the yellow one, it's a knit mask, really kind of feels like a thin, soft sweater. And it is fully saturated in essence. It has a whole bottle of essence in it. It's 2 fluid ounces. So it's this very robust, super soaked face sweater. I have no better way of describing it, but it is amazing for those days when maybe you wore a lot of makeup or just feel like you need as much hydration and nourishment as your skin could possibly get. This is definitely the treatment for that. It stays wet forever. I mean, I put it on and I just keep it on for 45 minutes if I can, or even longer. And when I remove it finally, because I'm just tired of it, it's still fully saturated. There's just so much product in it. Or a bit of makeup, not that I go anywhere much these days, but still. This one is one of my favorite lip products. It's by a brand called Nicopy, and it's a vegan, cruelty-free brand. This is the Vita Lip Tint in Dry Rose. Has this adorable little bear in it. That's what I'm wearing right now. I also have the pink and the coral. I think maybe it's called orange coral. I can't remember now, but this comes in 3 colors and I have all 3. The Dry Rose is probably my favorite, and that's the one I got first. So it has a doe foot applicator, pretty standard, but the formula is just really nice. It's very creamy. It does not have a bad taste. It actually has a slightly sweet taste. I don't usually lick my lips, but sometimes just during application I can kind of taste it, and flavor is not a requirement for me unless it's bad. I did have to ditch a Peri Para ink before because it just made my whole mouth just have this really nasty taste in it. This one doesn't do that. It wears really well. It fades evenly, so if you don't feel like reapplying it throughout the day, it fades very evenly, non-patchy, so you don't have to reapply. It just leaves kind of a tint. The formula is very creamy. It will leave imprints on mugs and people, but when that creamy layer wears off eventually, just like regular lipstick, it does leave a bit of a tint that is longer lasting on the lips, and it's non-drying, which is the biggest selling point for me. For a bit of a hair product, I have this Sohair Morocco Argan Oil Pink Edition. I don't know how Pink Edition is different from regular edition, or if they even have a regular edition. I think Pink Edition is just the name of the product. And it is a hair essence for all types. Right off the bat, before I even opened it, I wanted to love this because of the glass bottle. I love glass, just love it. It comes with a flat lid that's sealed and then the pump that you yourself insert. So it has a little nifty pump here. And it just takes a couple squeezes. This can be applied to wet or dry hair. I typically apply it to wet hair when it's clean, from about ear all the way down, so I don't put it on my roots. Argan oil makes it sound like it would be a hair oil, which sometimes can be greasy and oily and heavy, especially for my hair because I have very oily scalp. But this is actually very, very light. It is non-greasy, smells wonderful, and I even prefer it to my L'Adore Silk Ring Hair Essence, which is my all-time favorite hair product. I showed it in my recent video about how I do henna at home, but this one I think is a little bit better. It feels lighter, not as thick of a consistency, and it's just lovely. I haven't had it for too long yet, but I'm really enjoying it, and I've been using it pretty much after every shampoo, which I do every other day. So I've had quite a few chances to test it out, and I really like it. This next product might be the most exciting thing out of this whole video for me, and it is I Am From Cleansing Balm from their Fig line. This is what it looks like. Okay, so if you've been following my channel for a bit, you know that I've been kind of on a no-buy this year. I haven't bought anything skincare related or makeup for months and months and months. It is May now, and this product here was one of the conscious acquisitions on my end. I actually purchased it, although I did get a discount as a blogger, but I purchased it. I wanted it so bad, I was willing to break my no-buy for it, because also I'm down to only one other first cleanser, and I know I'm gonna need one, so I will not go without a first cleanser, so it was time to restock that. But this is so wonderful. I'm From is one of my absolute favorite brands. Their mugwort mask was amazing. Their pink clay mask that they took off production was great as well, and this is no exception. So cool thing is, finally, the little spatula, yeah, there we go. The little spatula fits right inside the lid, which is really nice, because typically I have to keep the little cardboard boxes to keep the spatulas in them, because otherwise they get lost. But this one isn't. It smells so good, and in color and texture, just looking at the jar, it reminds me of the Innisfree wine sleeping mask. I don't know if you ever used that one. I think it's not made anymore, but it was one of my favorite sleeping masks, and this one kind of looks similar in color, just in the jar. But this is so wonderful. It melts so easily. I've had other cleansing balms before and I liked them. Like, I can't say anything bad about the cleansing balms I tried before, but this one is just different. It melts so much smoother on the skin, and when I massage my face while using it, it's just a whole different experience. It's just wonderful. I highly recommend it. I can't say enough good things about it. Next is another new to me brand, and I'm probably going to butcher the name, and I'm sorry about that, but it's to me it's Oattbe. Oat and then TBE, and that is a combination of oat and then the β-Glucan that is in here. So this is their Syn Bio β-Glucans serum. It has adenosine, which is Korean FDA approved anti-wrinkle agent, and then it has β-Glucans, which are super soothing and great for irritation prone and sensitive skin. It comes in this glass bottle, which of course right away I love, because glass is, I am super biased. I mean, not to say that a crappy product can't come in glass. It can. But just immediately when I see glass, I want to like the product. I try to be unbiased. But glass, if you want to get on my good side, package your stuff in glass. This is such a lovely, let me see if I can show you, kind of like this creamy serum. And it's not sticky, it's not greasy, it's very soothing, and it smells It's fragrance free, or it contains no fragrance ingredients, but something in it has this natural scent of, it reminds me of like a warm vanilla sugar, but not in a cheap like Bath and Body Works vanilla sugar way, but in a very sophisticated, a very light, non-intrusive, very comforting scent. It just kind of envelopes you as you use this, and I've been using this a fair amount in the evenings. It can be used morning or night, but I typically don't use serums in the mornings just because I'm lazy and I'm sleepy, and serums are usually at night. So I've been using this almost every night for a while now, because my skin has been kind of mad at me, and I'm not sure if it's the stress or the isolation or what is going on. I'm not sure what it is, but my skin has been a little more red and a little more angry at me lately, and this has been lovely and soothing, and I'm just really enjoying it. The scent also is nice, so I'm excited to keep using it and see what kind of the long-term effects will be, but so far the initial impressions are very positive. I did write a blog post about it that you can check out on KBeautyHobbit.com, and I will put links for everything that I'm talking about in the description box so that you can check it out. And another super exciting product, and this is like the brand's second chance for me. It is the Muse Lumiere Purifying Mask. The reason it is the brand's second chance, oh wow, that is whitening out about this, I don't know. The reason it's the brand's second chance is because I've had the Muse body wash and body cream before, and they were in my fails video because they're just very, very strongly scented, especially the lotion. They're fine products, but the scent was overwhelming and just really made it unpleasant to use. But this mask, this is the redemption here. So it is a kaolin clay mask, so purifying mask, but then it has berry complex in it with strawberry, raspberry, and other berries. So it's an antioxidant rich mask that is purifying in nature, so it can kind of make the pores appear smaller and soak up all the impurities that you don't want in your skin, but it's also non-drying at all. It is very creamy, luxurious texture, lovely scent, not overwhelming. It brightens the skin, nourishes it. It's just such a fun product to use. Let me see if I can show you. Oh, it just smells so good. You can see that it's pink in color, and I took some chunks out of it. It really doesn't take much at all to apply it to the entire face because it's so creamy and it spreads really nicely. And just like that from Cleansing Balm, the little spatula here fits inside the lid really nicely, which I like. Of course, now I got pink clay all over my fingers. But it just smells so good. It is one of the newer products, so it's actually pretty difficult to find online anywhere. I did find it in at least one of the big trustworthy stores, so I will put a link in the description box for that. But it's just such a lovely mask. It is rare for me to use something and just fall in love with it after very first use, but this was definitely one of those masks. And now I'm kind of torn between wanting to use it all the time and then wanting to save it so that it doesn't run out very quickly. So I'm using it, but I'm rationing it out, which makes my skin so soft, so smooth, not dry. And just a reminder, almost regardless of what the instructions say on clay masks, please don't let them dry on your face. It can really just take out too much water and moisture out of your skin. Clay can absorb all the things that you don't want in your skin, all the impurities. It can absorb those just fine without drying out. Well, those are my spring favorites so far. Let me know in the comments what your favorites are, if you ever tried any of these products, or if you have some other ones that you think I should try or that you're loving. I would love to know. I can be found on Facebook in the Korean Beauty Fanatics group, on Instagram at KBeautyHobbit, and of course on my blog, KBeautyHobbit.com. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next Saturday, and until then, please remember to always listen to your skin. Thank you very much.